Hello people, welcome to Balatro. I want to talk about Balatro. This isn't a... I'm going to play it, obviously, but I'm going to talk about it. I want to talk about it. Mostly I want to talk about the things I don't like about it, because it's really bugging me. And other people have said these things, but I want to say them as well. Because I do really want to like Balatro. But it's just not quite there for me, I'm afraid. You can consider this a review, I guess. I'm going to play on the black deck, because I feel like the black deck, -1 hand every round, really encapsulates what my frustrations are with this game. Mostly, the early, okay, let's dial it back a bit, shall we? Let's dial it back a bit. It's a roguelike. Roguelikes are supposed to be hard, they're supposed to be random. You're not supposed to be able to win every time, in theory, you know? And that's why we play roguelikes, that's why we play games like... I'm going to pick other card-based deck builders, just because that's, you know, might be a good frame of reference. Your Slay the Spires, your Monster Train. You know, those are my two. I've put a lot of time into both of those games. And every time I lost, I want to say 95% of the time, to pick a number out of thin air. When I lost, I was like, oh, I messed that up, didn't I? Balatro, I feel like, for whatever reason, I don't feel like I'm the one making mistakes. I do genuinely feel like the randomness is just getting to me here. So, like, this is a really good example, right? You get $1 for every hand that you have spare at the end of the round. And because you only ever get stronger in shops in Balatro, 100% of every decision you make needs to come down to what makes me the most money. Because money gives you power in the shops. Shops give you strength. Strengths give you the ability to win the run. That's really all it is. I guess you could say that there are some considerations maybe with, you know, when you've got some meta scaling and you've got things like that, but ultimately, you're trying to win by getting money and getting stronger. Okay, we've got on a flush here in 2 hands. At the red stake, you don't get a money reward from the first blind. You only get your money from the remaining hands, and any interest, which you're never going to have in the first blind, unless you're playing the yellow deck, of course. So I've got on $1 here. Alright, and my shop is... bearing in mind, this is the only way now I can get stronger between the small blind, the big blind, is this one shop. Which is giving me a voucher which I'm never ever going to be able to afford in this first shop. Unless something really crazy happens. It's giving me Shoot the Moon, which I can spend all my money on, and it's giving me Ancient Joker, a rare Joker, which I can't afford. It's giving me a Jumbo Pack, which I can't afford, and it's giving me a Celestial Pack, where where it would give me 3 cards, and then I choose one of those to possibly level up one of these hands. 13 malt for each Queen held in hand. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. But knowing what I know about the game, I can clear this blind in 2 hands. And I'll also have $5 to get some interest. So, what I tend to do, as a rule, is I tend to try and make a flush, and then just top that up with a hand. So once again, you know. Once again, I've decided that I thought I might try and draw some clubs. I'm willing to be told here at this point I'm playing it wrong, you know? 2 pair is not really going to get me much. And now... now I'm dead. Now I'm dead by 18 points. So you look back at that and you think, right, what did I do wrong? Right, well, I shouldn't have gone for a flush of clubs. I should have maybe bought Shoot the Moon. You know, those are your two choices. Those are your two choices. We'll try again, shall we? We'll try again. Skip the first blind, 3-hand size, useless. I'd rather take the money. Okay, what have we got this time? We've got much more likely to get a flush of clubs, of spades. But to win this blind in one hand, your flush of spades needs to be worth 75 points. 75 times 4 is the 300 that you need to win in one hand, which means the cards that you play have to add up to at least 40 or more. At least 40, that's what the phrase at least means. A straight will get you there if the cards add up to more than 45, which, you know, I haven't actually run the numbers on that, but given that face cards are all worth 10, do even the 5 highest non-face card numbers add up to 45? Let's find out. 10 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 6. They add up to 40, so no, they don't. So you'd have to play a straight with face cards in to win in one hand with this. 3 of a kind, again, you know, you're not going to win in one hand, basically, with anything less than a flush or a straight, and a flush is relatively easy to make. A full house is also possible to win. 40 times 4, you would need your cards to add up to 35 or more. So, you know, that's not too bad. But obviously a flush is just the easiest way to go about it. Am I on for a straight here in any meaningful way? No. Alright, this changes things quite a lot, doesn't it? I guess I can try and go for a full house of kings and jacks now, instead. I did just discard a jack with those diamonds. But there are 2 kings left in the deck, so I guess I can pivot now into this. What's this? 10, 17, 24. So even if I got... I'd have to get an ace to get 35. So my only one out here is the ace of spades. Whereas at least if I discard these, I can draw either a king or a jack. Okay, so I got away with it. It's alright, we're gonna win this blind in one hand. And that's fine. These things you can all just sort of internalise. Alright, we've got on popcorn and superposition. Again, this is my point, right? Is I'm never going to be able to afford this voucher. Celestial packs in the early game. Absolute garbage in my opinion. Pure trash. Pure trash. Like, anything that levels up, basically anything 3 of a kind or below, is useless. Anything that levels up 4 of a kind or above is just asking too much. So really you want to draw one of these. But sinking $4 into that is not where it's at. So popcorn is good enough. It's like just about good enough here to basically just play any hand now. 20 mult is quite a lot. Obviously it's not quite enough to win this. 10 times 22, 16 times 22. Get the calculator out because the game doesn't let you know any of that. 352, not good enough. But you know, like we don't need much here. We can just discard basically anything and try and find anything else. Oh, we've drawn a full house again, so we're okay here. But you know, we've won in one hand. We've not got any interest now. We've gotten $6, right? We've got Big Mike. Big Mike is okay. And what I affectionately refer to as scraggy trousers. Can't remember what this is actually called. Gains +2 multiplier if played hand contains a 2 pair. So we basically have to buy this. This is going to get progressively worse the further we go. And now your choice is to either buy this or not buy this, basically. Again, useless. These are so high variance at the early game that you just don't want to spend the $4. You'd rather keep the money and gain the interest. This, it's too slow, in my opinion. Like, maybe it's okay. And Big Mike is fine. I don't even know what the boss blind is. All club cards are debuffed. Okay, that's okay. I'm going to take this just because I've got popcorn. And this should cancel each other out. And we want to really start meta-scaling here with spare trousers. So we're trying to play 2 pairs in an ideal world. And we want to try and play as many as we can to get the meta-scaling of this up. And now I've got the problem whereby I've just discarded a hand and not gotten another good hand. I've discarded a 5, I haven't discarded a 6, I haven't discarded a 4. I have discarded an ace. Like, is this good? This is where, you know, this is another thing where the game just gets so ridiculously complicated not in a good way. You know, like, I want to draw a jack, a 5, a 4, a queen. I don't want to draw another king. It's so hard for me, casually, without getting a massive spreadsheet out, to decide what the best thing for me to do is here. I want to scale this by playing 2 pair. How do I facilitate that in a good way? Discarding 2 cards seems wrong. Just picking 2 cards, like maybe it's fine. I drew the 6. Like, even though statistically I did the quote-unquote correct thing. So there's 2 5s left in the deck. There's 3 4s left in the deck. There's 3 7s left in the deck. 3 jacks and 3 queens. Okay, so we can play a 2 pair. This will probably win us the blind in one go, given that we've got both of these, but maybe it won't. Oh, it has. That's fine. $7. Temperance, useless. So this is a really good example of I need to get stronger. I need to get stronger. None of this shop is helping me get stronger. This superposition, this common joker, the common jokers are awful. Right? Like, these 4 are okay, because flushes are so good in the early game, right? Getting 4 multiply for every card you play of a certain suit, and just going for flushes of that suit is fine, yeah? These that specifically buff a hand are okay, you know? Crafty Joker, obviously, I want to run with that. Droll Joker, because these are flush-based. 4 of a kind, don't remember that. I think I had a weird ace build. But, you know, 8 mult for a pair. Pairs are weak. They're not, you know, like, they're okay. They're just not brilliant. This is quite good. This is quite good. This is... But, like, we're already on... Like, these are the common jokers. I wish I could sort these by type. This is good. This is good, don't get me wrong. This is fine, I guess. This is also okay. This isn't it, in my opinion. Banner, it's just not where it's at. 8 ball is trash. Misprint is okay, if a bit random. Raise Fist is okay. Chaos the Clown is whatever. Don't even know what these are. Scary Face is okay. Abstract Joker is okay. Delayed Gratification is rubbish. Big Mike is okay. Even Steven and Odd Todd are... I mean, like, they're all just okay. And I know earlier I just said they were trash, but the problem is there are so many that just don't do anything for you. Splash. Runner. Gains plus 10 chips if played hand contains a straight. You go to all this effort to build straights, and then suddenly, you know, you're just getting 20 chips, 30 chips, 40 chips. The problem with the common jokers is they're so outclassed by any uncommon joker, even. That they're just... Like, create a tarot card if a poker hand contains an ace and a straight. And for all of that, you might get 1 tarot card which, you know, maybe gives you a stone... lets you convert 1 card into a stone card. Or maybe makes a steel card for you or something, you know. Card Sharp is good. Red card, 3 multiplier when any booster pack is skipped. So you can just sink money down the drain to get multiplier. Fine. Madness, rubbish. Actually better in the later blinds when you get Eternal Jokers that can't be destroyed. But you know, I've had Madness in my first shop. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. You just can't get it to work. Square Joker is good, to be fair, but again, it's a bit slow. And this is the other problem you have with meta-scaling decks, is that for every hand that you play to scale a card with scaling printed on it, so for example hologram or runner, or what is this actually called? Spare trousers, is a dollar that you're throwing away. So you're choosing to spend a dollar to maybe get a bit stronger later. Buy and use. This is gaining me $2, which is fine, but that still doesn't make me want to re-roll the shop. Re-roll here, it does not just cost you $5, it's actually $7, because if I win the next blind on $10, I get $2 of interest. Interest is terrible mechanic and it needs to go down the drain, okay? Sorry, get rid of it. Like, because I have to value. I don't only value the Joker for what the Joker says it does. I have to value its cost against what it's going to cost me in interest as well. So yeah, this isn't $4. This is actually $5 because this lowers my interest threshold. This buffoon pack is not $4. It's $5. I can sell the Joker I get from it. Fine, sure. But if I get, you know, do I open this? Or do I save my money? Can I win the next blind? I can't tell you what the blind score is because I'm not, you know, for some reason, even though I'm done and dusted with this, it's just going to show me it forever. So fine, let's go. Extra large blind, 4,000. We're probably dead. We're probably dead. And skipping blinds as well. Like, you skip a blind, you don't get any of the money for the round. You don't get any of the interest. You don't get any meta-scaling. And then, to top all of that off, you don't even get the shop in the first place. If I click this now, I don't then see a shop until I beat this blind. I throw so much away here by pressing this. And you think, if it's a negative Joker, it's so good. It doesn't matter. I've got 4 Joker slots at this point. I need to scale this. Admittedly, every round I play lets this go lower. Do I have a straight on here? No, I need to play 2 pairs anyway. Alright, let's keep going. And the reason I've picked the black deck here is that this one fewer hand every round. And that really just shows off quite how feast or famine this game is. Right, this is currently on... like, these are kind of evening out. What a brilliant shop. So I have to spend money to get a Joker that makes me money. And it's starting on straight flush, right? To-do list, you can change to-do list quite easily by... Sorry, just rearranging myself in my chair and showing off my shirt at the same time. You could change to-do list quite easily by just having each, like, have the hands go from the bottom to the top. $1 for a pair, $2 for 2 pairs, $3 for 3 of a kind, you know? The fact that sometimes you just literally can't buy this because the first hand it says is $5 for a straight flush. Like, when am I ever going to do that? And then you think, oh, maybe in the late game I've got a deck that makes straight flushes. Okay, well then if I've got a deck that makes straight flushes, I don't need to spend $4 to earn $5 and then sell it straight away afterwards. And then we've got green Joker, +1 multiplier per hand played, -1 multiplier per discard. My deck's not strong enough to make... to not discard. And this is why the meta has come down to just getting cards like this that say, get more multiplier for just playing hands. And half Joker to just play 3 or fewer cards. And what's the other one? Card Sharp, three times multiplier if your played hand has already been played. And just play high cards. Just go high card, high card, high card, high card. And like, you can just completely ignore this whole screen after a point quite early on in the run. And just make all of the chips from your Jokers. So I can spend $4 for this, which is actually $5 because it's going to lower me down an interest threshold. And then I actually nerf my hands if I ever have to discard for now, which I probably will because of spare trousers. One planet card for $4 doesn't really interest me that much. $8 for 2 planet cards. Why this isn't slightly cheaper than this is baffling to me. Like, arguably this is worse because you can't get 2 copies of the same planet card in a booster pack. And in an ideal world, obviously I would like to buy 2 separate Celestial packs and both of them will have a copy of whichever one upgrades 2 pair. And if I buy this, I can't do that. So, the Mega Celestial packs I hate. Every time I see one, it just annoys me. I'm going to re-roll here, even though it costs me functionally $6. Alright, misprint. And a flippin' planet card in the shop. Why? Why? I've spent $5, technically $6 to see basically 1 card. Because I don't need this junk here. I just don't need to see this here. Why is this just not always Jokers? You know? For at least maybe in the first 3 antes put some protection in so that this is always Jokers. You know? Imagine I've got to try and score 4,000 points in a minute. Alright, so this is why you can't take green Joker here, because I have to discard to try and make a 2 pair. I mean, I don't have to try and make a 2 pair. Like, this is always going to give me +6 multiplier, but we're currently on +14 multiplier. Okay, I whiffed a bit there on that. I'd like, it would have been nice to draw a pair of some kind. Alright, that's... I have to metascale this because I have to somehow make 4,000 points in a minute in 3 hands. So I've not gained any interest because I re-rolled the shop and bought misprint. Alright, I've got Matador, which... this card makes no sense. And $8 if played hand triggers the boss blind ability. The number of times you think that this is going to go off and it doesn't go off is infuriating. Right? It's not ever going to go off on this. It goes off on... all club cards are debuffed, all hearts are debuffed, etc. If you play a club card or a heart card or whatever's debuffed. Maddeningly, it doesn't go off on the hook. Discards 2 random cards per hand played. You'd think that, oh, that's just going to go off every time I play a hand. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I don't know if that's a bug, but it doesn't do that. It doesn't go off on extra large blind. It doesn't go off on the wheel. I think it does go off on the arm, but I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't go off on the needle. It just... It doesn't go off on the tooth, lose $1 per card played, because I've tried that. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. It doesn't go off on the mark. Like, it just doesn't go off on any of the blinds that you think it would do. So you spend $7 going, oh, I'm going to be rich, baby! And then nothing happens. Loyalty card, ×4 multiplier every 6 hands played. It's an okay card, but it's not that good. The balance of the cards is so crazy, and not even, like... You'd think, oh, for a roguelike, fine, yeah, the balance can be a bit up and down, sure. But the wheat compared to the chaff is just, in my opinion, just outrageous. I mean, I could buy an Arcana pack here. I don't even know what I'd be looking for at this point. Just maybe some bonus cards of some kind. Yeah, I guess. I guess I can just make some cards. Have extra chips on them. I don't really know if that was worth $4. Or an extra large blind in 3 hands. Okay, well, we've drawn it straight into a 2 pair. So I guess kind of have to do that. I'm not drawn into a 2 pair, so now I have to go into the flipping CERN calculator and work out the maths as to what's best to discard and best to keep. I mean, there's literally 3 copies of everything in here that's not the 5. So if I keep this, I'm drawing 1 card, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Well, not 5 of them. Sorry, 5 ranks. There's 3 copies of each. Is 15. 15 in 40. Like, is that correct? Whereas if I get rid of these, I'm drawing 3, but I only have 9 hits. But I get that 3 times? Like, what? I'm not a flipping mathematician, okay? Like, obviously there's some level of mental maths that I expect in a strategy game, you know? But this is well beyond anything acceptable in my opinion. To not have this on the screen somewhere. Just saying. If you discard this, here are your odds of drawing. The fact that that would be so trivial for this computer to do. Just having that somewhere on the screen now, like, oh, if you've got these 3 highlighted and you discard them, your odds of drawing into these hands are this. You know? So honestly, like, this seems like it's correct to me. Because I have 12 outs here out of 40 cards. It's not great, is it? Whereas if I do this, I have 9 outs in 40 cards, but 3 times. 9 in 40, then 9 in 39, and then 9 in 38. And these cards are quite low value as well, so I guess... Alright, well we whiffed. So that's good. So again, I guess discard 3 cards. Okay, we've drawn the queens and the 5s. Alright, I need 600 points. Will I get that from just a pair? Ah, see, this is... Right, a pair is 10 times 2. 10 times... It's going to be 30 times 2. 30 times 16. 20. 30 times 20 is exactly 600, so it doesn't actually matter what misprint does here. Have I missed something there? Or am I better off discarding and the vain hope that I find... Well, there are no 5s left in the deck, so I guess I should do that. There's hardly any 9s left. There are 2 10s, there's 1 8, that can go. There's 2 6s, yeah, that can go. I'll be better off just trying to draw another 10 or an ace, to be honest with you. In fact, I should probably just discard this and just try and draw one of these aces. Oh, I drew 2 4s instead. Alright. And then that card disappeared, like... Let me sell it, at least, you know? Like, just let me sell it. Alright, half Joker is here. Business card is here. Money, face card, played face cards have a 1 in 2 chance to give $2. Alright, fine. Half Joker is annoying because I'm currently trying to play pairs, but maybe I should just sack this off now and play high card. And just go, well, I've got 16 malt from this and 20 malt from this, but, you know, this is a good Joker. I am going to buy it. $4 for this. I guess I only need to play on average 4 face cards for this to be good. But currently I don't necessarily know if that was good. Also buying Grabber here maybe would have been okay. I don't think it's worth buying this just because I've only got 3 hands and 3 discards. I really have to go quite hard on playing face cards to get my money back from this. I'd rather just make the interest. A Jumbo Buffoon pack is okay, but I would go down to $0, and I'm getting no monetary bonus from the next blind anyway. So I would be basically getting $1 or $2, depending on if I win the blind in one hand, which I don't think I will at this point. I feel like this decision is going to win or lose me the run. If something okay comes out of this, then it's all gravy. If I get weakness, if I get pure weakness out of this, I've ruined my economy. I guess I can always sell the Joker. Banner, no. Odd Todd, maybe. Luchador, maybe. Ice Cream is probably fine. Just because between this, and this now, I can kind of just play whatever I want. Cards played previously, this ante, are debuffed. Another useless tag for skipping the blind, you know, and this one as well. Fine, 3,200. So now the question is do I need to play half Joker or not, or whether I can just rely on this and Ice Cream? Yeah, okay. It's okay. It's kind of okay. I gained $2 from that, meaning this store is empty. And that's the problem with going down to 0, especially once you're on the red stake or above. And the red stake is only the first stake, just for the record. It's not like the red stake is 5 difficulty levels in. The red stake is just the first difficulty that's not the default difficulty. I've gone down to 0, and as such, I'm missing a shop. And because I've missed a shop, I am precisely 0% stronger than I was here, barring the fact that I've added 2 multiplier to spare trousers. Right? I've lucked into 2 pair. This is also currently doing nothing. Let's just play a pair and see what happens. Alright, so pairs are quite strong now that I've buffed spare trousers up a little bit. +1 discard, hooray. The star, absolutely useless to me. I feel like this is why new players get into this trap of all flushes are good, because there are 4 tarot cards that just say convert cards to a different suit, which look quite good when it comes to making flushes. You think, oh, this is good, I can just go all in on diamonds. I can just go all in on diamond flushes. And that does work a lot of the time, to be fair. Again, these useless to me. I'm not spending $4 on the off chance I get to upgrade the one hand that I'm playing, which is 2 pair, and the weaker hands also level up slower. I'm sure high card and pair it just adds 1 to the multiplier and 5 chips. It's just pathetic. I'm better off saving my money. Right, cards played previously this ante are debuffed. So this can go, and I need to just draw more high scoring cards, I guess. I've drawn a pair of 6s. Queen went in the bin already. 9 went in the bin already. 8s are fine. 4's gone in the bin already. Okay, 2 jacks and 2 6s. Oh, except I should just be playing normal pairs, shouldn't I? I forgot about that. But it's okay. We've made it work. We've made it work. Waste of time. $6 to earn $4 at the end of this round, and maybe $4 at the end of the next round as well. But it's not $6, it's $7, because I'm going to go below an interest threshold here. So this would put me on $8, so I'd only... You know what I mean? I could re-roll, which costs me $6, and then I buy a Joker, which, unless the Joker costs 4 or less, also loses me another $1 of interest. But I don't want to re-roll at this point. It will show me bloody a copy of the Tower and a planet card for straight flushes or something, and I'll just be mad. I'll just be upset. Better shops, no re-rolls. Maybe that's mad, you know? And booster pack rewards after blinds. Or something like that, you know? Or booster pack rewards after the small blind and the big blind. A shop after the boss. Get rid of the interest. You know? And it shows you... I mean, maybe it shouldn't show you 3 booster packs, then you pick one, because then you've also got a random chance within. You know, you've got a random chance of booster packs to see, and then a random chance of the cards in those booster packs. But something like that. Something along those lines. Just not, oh, you can only get shops. You can only get stronger from shops. Right, 18,000 points. We need to do something about that. We need to do something about that quickly. Should probably play slightly weaker 2-pair. I really need to scale this up a bit faster. I am lucking into 2-pair draws here. Cool. Ice cream is weakening, but these two are okay. $3, what a waste. Earn $5 if 3 or more face cards are discarded at the same time, or +1 discard. Like, we're stalling here now, and we're stalling because the shop is just refusing to show me anything that is actually gonna get me more points. Earn $4 and doubles all listed probabilities. Again, these do not help me score more points. It almost feels like with the number of trash jokers that 5 slots is not enough, and I only have 6 slots here because I've been playing the black deck. You know, to just see 2 jokers here, and both like re-roll, spend $5, and I've seen 4 jokers and none of them said score more points, is maddening to me. Like I kind of want to open this just to really get stronger pairs. I've managed it somehow. 13,050 points. Right, let's just say that Spare Trousers is scaled enough now and just hope for the best. That between Half Joker and this... okay. I have not drawn a pair. Actually, now that I know I'm going to win for sure, I can play a 2-pair and level this up. Prevents death if chips scored are at least 25%, and a planet card for a flush that I don't care about. So this doesn't help me win, but it certainly stops me from losing. I'm not going to buy it on principle. I never have bought it, that's why it says not discovered, but I'm going to re-roll. Generate planet cards and a Devious Joker for something that I am not playing at all. Alright. So that's what, 8 Jokers that we've seen? In 2 shops? And none of them have said score more points, except for arguably Devious Joker, which doesn't fit into what I'm playing at all. Like, at all. Alright, and all diamond cards are debuffed. But I'm going to play them anyway, because you can't stop me. Oh wait, I probably shouldn't have done that. that one is definitely my fault. Let's get rid of this. Okay, I mean, arguably I've lost here because I should have maybe not played that. But I mean, how many points are my 2 pairs realistically scoring me? 5,000. Like, maybe I would have been okay. Maybe I would have been okay. But you see my point, right? You see my point. Like, that was still not really going that great. Like, I was hanging on by a thread basically the whole time. And then all that would have happened is that, like, I get, I open a... Whoops, I open the, no, I don't want to do this. All that happens instead is that I go to the shop and I get a Joker that fits in perfectly, which is what would I have been actually happy to see? Bearing in mind there are 150 jokers. What would I have opened that shop and gone, oh, brilliant. Joker Stencil would have been okay, given that I wasn't playing. I didn't have that many jokers at the time. Mystic Summit would have certainly helped, but not been whoop-de-doo. 15 mult win 0 discards. Like, I could have gone down to 0 discards eventually. Abstract Joker would have been okay. That would have given me maybe 15, 18 multiplier with a black deck. These two would have done not nothing, but, you know, fine. No. Possibly Burglar would have been good. Possibly. But Burglar's just good. Burglar's good for the same reason that... well, Burglar is good because it helps with the most consistent meta, which is play lots of high cards. So you don't need to worry about discards when you've got that. You know, like the most consistent deck you can possibly find is Burglar, it's Card Sharp, and Stuntman. And that just kind of just wins everything, because that's not nerfed by most of the bosses, except for only play one hand type this round, but you know, it's still not. You play a high card, then you play a pair, then you play a 2-pair, and it's still mostly fine. Anyway, I'm still looking for jokers that would have been nice in that run. Common jokers as well. No. Blue Joker would have certainly not done nothing. Sixth Sense, no. Constellation, maybe. Hiker, no. Faceless Joker, no. Green Joker, no, I guess. Card Sharp, yeah, that would have been quite good. But the Card Sharp's always good. Card Sharp's just one of those. This is my point. Card Sharp is just one of those. One of the like dozen jokers that you just go, right, okay, fine. Rubbish. Square Joker, you know, Square Joker, Spare Trousers is certainly a deck. Seance, no. Riffraff, possibly. Riffraff is good on with a black deck especially. Because you just get free jokers and you sell them if they're not good, so you make money. Vampire would have done nothing. Shortcut would have done nothing. Hologram would have maybe done something. Vagabond is a good card, good joker generally. Baron maybe would have helped a lot. Cloud9 is just money. Midas Mask is not worth any points. Luchador is not worth any points. Photograph is okay, but not brilliant. That's not worth points. That's okay, but not worth points. Erosion would have done nothing. Reserve Parking is not worth points. That's not worth points. That's not worth points. That's not worth points. That's worth multiply if you've got the tarot cards. That is not directly worth points, but +1 hand size is not to be sniffed at. +1 discard is a lot worse than +1 hand size. Golden Joker is not worth any points. Diet Cola is not worth any points. Trading card is not worth any points. Flash card is +2 multiplier per reroll in the shop, which is just laughably awful, in my opinion. Popcorn we already had. Spare Trousers we already had. Abstract Joker we saw and we couldn't afford it at the time. Ramen is good. Walkie Talkie is atrocious. Seltzer is good. Castle is one of those cards that you think will be good, and then you realise, oh wait, I've just used all my discards to get rid of cards and haven't actually gained any value to play hands. Smiley Face is okay. Campfire is bonkers good. But you have to be able to make it work, and that usually involves having money. Acrobat is okay, Sock and Buskin is okay, Swashbuckler is okay, Troubadour is not worth any points, Hanging Chad is the best card in the game. That's not true, it's just very good most of the time. And Stuntman is probably the best joker in the game, to be fair. 300 chips and -2 hand size, just play high cards. Then suddenly your high cards are worth 305 points, and your pairs are suddenly worth 600 points, and then you just get any more multiplier on top of that. So, sorry, this was a long video that did basically turn into me playing a round of Balatro, but I had to play a whole round of Balatro to I like it. I do. I know I just spent the best part of an hour complaining. I like it, but I don't like it in the same way that I like strategy roguelike games. I like it because I like the presentation, and I like watching numbers go up. But when I find myself going, right, let's play a run of Balatro, I find myself either losing run after run after run after run after run in blind 1, 2, or 3 because my deck never goes anywhere, or I get this mindless high card build where the most consistent thing that I can do is just play high card, because I get Supernova and I get Stuntman and I get those other common jokers that you have to take because they are the only common, you know, there are very few common jokers that are consistently good. So you have to take them when you see them, because if you don't take them, you're basically going to lose anyway. And then that turns into, well, now I just play high card. Like, there's no thought left here. It's just high card, high card, high card, and then you run into a boss that's like, you have to play 5 cards. So you just go, right, well, I'll just play 5 cards and make sure that one of them is, just make sure it's high card and not accidentally a pair or something. Or, can't play the same hand type more than once. You know, okay, that's fine. I'll play a high card, I'll get the majority of my points, and then I'll play a pair, and then I'll play a 2 pair, and then I'll play a 3 of a kind, or whatever. Like, 95% of my chips are coming from my jokers anyway, so as long as I don't mess that up. And then, of course, the other runs you get are the ones where you are min-maxing it and you get literally trillions of quadrillions of points. And those are interesting, in a way. And those are the ones that are all over YouTube and get the clicks, because it's like, oh my god, I got to ante-41! And I got not a number to come up on the thing. But those are so hard to... Like, that's not normal. Like, those aren't normal. And they take so long to get going. And they take so long to play out. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't... As far as strategy roguelikes go, I don't think Balatro is there. I think it could be. I do think it could be. And I don't know if that's just inherently a problem with the fact that you're going to start with a 52 card deck, so it just becomes a bit hard to... You know... It's like that, if you ever played the Slay the Spire daily challenge where you start with a random deck of 30 cards and you're in the first fight and you're like, I hate this. This is so bad for me. It feels a little bit like that, but all of the time, you know? A flush of diamonds. 11, 21, 30, 38. We did it. Can you explain to me how the star and splash is supposed to help me get stronger? You know? Can you explain that to me? I guess I'm trying to play a flush of hearts here. No, now I'm playing... What am I playing? I guess I can still play it. I need to play... I'm going to play a 2 pair. I'm going to get rid of the jack. Because a 2 pair and the flush of hearts will see me over to 450 points, maybe? Is this actually gotten me there? I think I'm a bit short. I am a bit short. And as such, I have earned no cash. Just the 5 from the thing. Fibonacci is good. Alright, don't get me wrong. Fibonacci is good. That is a good Joker. Did that say not discovered? Have I not bought Fibonacci on my Steam profile? I'm not buying that. Like, I'm just not going to buy that. All club cards are debuffed. 2s, 3s, 5s, and 8s. I think a flush with this 3 in it should be enough. 2 3s, 5s, and 8s. Maybe. Yeah, it is. Literally nothing. Like, literally this says, you might get some points later, I suppose. And this, I mean, as I say, greedy jokers are okay. Like, they are okay. I suppose I could have bought the Arcana pack first, and if I had the Hermit in it, I could have doubled my money, and then I would have been okay. This is the thing: is it's micromanagement of cash more than anything at all. It seems to be. Because once you've got some money and you've got some interest rolling in, and you've got enough to buy every Arcana pack that you see, and every Arcana packs are the only way you find Temperance and Hermit, unless they come up here in this bit. Those are the only ways that you make bundles of money. And I definitely feel like there's a huge correlation between me having $10 buying an Arcana pack and it says Temperance or Hermit in it, and I pick that, and I end up on $15, $20. I win the blind. I go up to $25, $30 because I'm getting the money and the interest. And then I just, boom, you know, I'm just like, I can afford to press... Obviously, agree. Like, I wouldn't have bought this if I knew for a fact that this was here, but because I hadn't gone to the next... Because I couldn't see this before I then press next, like, leave the shop, because it won't show me this bit in here when I'm still in the shop for this boss. So flushes of diamonds and Fibonacci. It's certainly going to be good, but... It's certainly going to be good. $3, yes. Oh, Droll Joker is here. Alright, I'll buy Droll Joker. You got me, game. You got me. I don't even necessarily need to make flushes of diamonds anymore. Drawn a full house. You look. I know what you're saying. You're saying, mate, you're winning literally every hand on the first go. What are you talking about? Look, there's a Temperance. Now I have spent $3 to gain $7. Now I have $16. I could even go into up to $20 of debt. I could buy this and have $35. Not quite sure what I'd do with that. I mean, I guess I'd buy this. I mean, I guess I should buy this anyway. This is worth such a lot going forwards. Right, am I going to win this? Probably. With the Droll Joker, I think I'm okay. Fibonacci is what? 5s, but not 6s. Yeah, I should probably do this. Maybe I'm just complaining about nothing. I don't think I am. Judgment is okay. Let's buy this first in case we get Hermit. We got Emperor. I'm obviously going to pick Emperor. It's 2 more random tarot cards, but I can use 2 of them. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Alright, if Wheel of Fortune hits here, I will recant this entire video.